everybody. I'm Katie Evans, owner and lead agent of the Living 48 real estate team, and we want to welcome you back to another one of our Mortgage Minute segments. We are so excited and glad to be back with one of our favorite lenders, Corey Martens. Corey's been with us since like forever, right?
It's been a little while now.
It's been a while, and so we're super glad to continue this relationship with Corey. He always takes such excellent care of all of the clients that we send to him, and he's just a wonderful lender. So we love Corey. All right, so we are going to start sort of a new little series with our lenders right now, and I found this article that had like these 10 questions. We're probably only going to do 9, but these questions that we should be asking our mortgage professionals, our lenders. And so we're going to ask Corey a question today, and he's going to go over it with us and give us kind of, what does a mortgage professional have to say about this question? So, Corey, you ready to launch right into it?
Oh, I'm nervous, but let's go for it.
All right. No, you got it. I have no fear at all.
We'll take care of it. You bet.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So, Corey, question from this little questionnaire for our mortgage professionals. How much can I borrow to buy a home?
Ooh, terrible question to be asked.
Horrible question, right? How much can I borrow to buy a house?
That is not the question anyone should be asking.
What? Why not? Tell me what the question is.
So here's what it is. Here's what it really breaks down to. And honestly, anyone that asks that question, don't feel bad, but I really don't like that question because we're approaching it from the wrong angle. Okay. When we set anyone up with a home and with the mortgage that goes with it, we are setting them up for long-term success, right? That is the goal. We want you to succeed. And just like anything, if you're like, well, how much car can I actually afford to buy? You're not going to end up in the right situation. What you want to do is take a look at what can you afford and still live the lifestyle you want to live.
That is such wisdom right there.
Yeah, and now from a buyer's perspective, that's they don't. No one knows what that means. Is that 300,000? Is that 500,000? Is that $1 million? We don't know. But what you can figure out is what it looks like as a monthly payment. Okay, so and I tell people all the time. This isn't always true, but usually there's 3 numbers that I tell people to think about. Well, the first one they don't think about, but there's usually what I can get them qualified for, and very often that's the highest.
Right.
But then there's what can you fit into your budget.
Right.
Okay. And then I ask people to push themselves a little bit harder. What can you fit in your budget and still live the lifestyle that you want to live?
Yeah.
Because if you can make that payment, but you never get to go out and eat, you never get to go to the movies, you don't get to go to Disneyland once or twice a year, you're going to start to resent that home. So
agreed. Oh my gosh, I love that. And that's the same advice that I give my clients too. I'm like, look, when you go to the lender, just because they can qualify you for that amount doesn't mean that that's the amount you want to pay for a house. Let's figure out what that monthly payment ought to be, work it backwards. And what does that monthly payment equal as far as home purchase price?
Absolutely. And it really is for that long-term success.
Right.
Because do that, it might not be as quite glamorous as a home as what you could have qualified for, but you're going to have your lifestyle. Right. And that's what we're aiming for.
But Disneyland.
And Disneyland. Come on, let's prioritize.
But Disneyland. This is very important.
Yeah, I know, right? No, but it really is. And then from there, the lender is going to take a look at different options depending on how much down payment you might or might not have. Okay. We're going to build everything else in and then kick back the number to say, here's how much home, here's the purchase price the range you should be looking at. And you're going to be so much happier in the long run.
Oh yeah, for sure. And the other thing I think is important for people to know is that while the lender can give you all these numbers up front, they may change with each individual house that you want to make an offer on, because whatever the taxes are on that house, whatever the HOA is on that house, like there's just all these different variables that they won't know until we find the house. So ballpark, but then we specify once we find the house.
It's so spot on. And but yeah, we'll get in that right range and then take a look at it and come back and say, now is this what we, at the end of the day, what we want to pay? Not just on the mortgage being the principal and interest, but including the taxes, the homeowner's insurance, mortgage insurance if you have it, HOA dues if you have them, all of that stuff included.
Right. Good grief. Okay, so I think that really, really well answers that question. So the question that I asked, how much can I borrow, is not really the question we should be asking, but what feels good in our monthly budget, and back
exactly
out to what.
But I do love that you started off asking that, because that is the question that everyone asks. And it's good for, and I love that you do these, because you can educate and let people know, hey, here's the right question for you to be asking. And so you do your clients such a service.
Oh, well, you know what? I learned from the best, Corey, and I get a lot of intermittent information from my great lenders, and so I really, you guys are the experts, but I sure have learned at your feet. So I sure do appreciate all that you have taught me, so that I can share that with my clients. I appreciate you taking the time to do this video with us so that we can share this with our clients as well. Now, Corey, before I let you go today, tell everybody who you work with, where they can find you, what resources you have for them. Just give them the spiel, so that if they have any further questions for you, or they're ready to start thinking about qualifying, that they can come over and chat with you and get ready.
Absolutely. So it's Corey Martens. I'm with Academy Mortgage. I've got an office here in Chandler, and I love it when people can come in and see me face to face. But there's so many different ways for us to communicate. But if you're usually, the best way to reach out to me, most people prefer, is just by phone, and that's 480-344-3643, which will go directly to me or my assistant. And we'll set everything up for you from there.
Perfect. And I've been over to Corey's office, and it is a beautiful office. But you know what? He helps people all over the place. So if Chandler sounds like it's a million miles away, don't worry about it. You don't have to meet with Corey in person. Of course, we have Zoom. Everything is done kind of electronically anymore. So, Corey's got you from Flagstaff all the way down to whatever, Nogales.
There we go. We got it.
And I think he even goes over to Montana, of all places.
We do.
So it's fantastic. We so appreciate having Corey as a resource. Now, if you didn't catch that information that he just said to you, of course, you are always invited to go over to our website, where we keep all of our preferred vendors' information on the website. So you can just go to www.living48realestate.com, and up at the top, you go to more, pull down to preferred vendors, and you will find Corey underneath our lenders category, and all of his contact information is there, and just a bunch of other information that will be helpful to you as well. So please feel free to reach out to Corey. Both Corey and I share the very, very same opinion on this, and that is that there are no silly questions, and you can't start asking questions too soon. So even if you're just thinking in the next year or so, maybe you kind of need to get some credit cleaned up or whatever, call us, call Corey, let him help you with the game plan. The lenders are the very, very best at knowing how to play that game with your credit score and what you need to do to get things, all your ducks in a row, all that kind of stuff. So don't hesitate. Even if you're just thinking about it, Corey will be able to help you see where you're at, when you're going to be ready, and make a plan with you. So Corey, thank you so much for joining us on another one of these morning minutes. And we will look forward to having you on our next one.
Let's do it.
All right. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.
All
Bye.
Right.